Alright guys, what is going on? We are heading to the dyno because we just got finished with our 93 octane tune on the Cobb Accessport for the Explorer ST, and we're about to see what she puts down on E50, on a custom E50 tune. Now, if you remember what I posted on Instagram a while back, this is what we put down on the ZFG E50 tune. It was kind of low on the horsepower side. I was told that the torque number was there. I think it was, if I remember, it was like 520 something torque. It was like 460 something horsepower. 470. Yeah, I mean, I have the numbers right here. I can't see them right now. But we did ask. We were like, you know, we went from a stock tune. We dynoed on E50 on a stock E50 tune, so stock Explorer. We went full bolt-ons, even though we had the 2.5-inch courses at the time. We sent it on the dyno. That's the numbers we put down. I asked if I pay to retune, how much can we potentially gain? This is what I was told. There's about 10 to 20 horsepower on the table. We still wouldn't have cracked 500. So we decided that we weren't going to go pay for the retune for 10 to 20 horsepower. Didn't make sense to us. It didn't quite make sense that full bolt-ons would only net 10 to 20 extra horsepower over what it put down originally. So that's where we're at. Now we're with TunePlus with Adam Brunson, and like I mentioned before in my other videos, he has tuned our Fiesta ST, big turbo, S280 setup, tracked it many times, never had a problem with it. So that's why we're back with Adam, or now he's offering Cobb tuning, custom tuning on the Cobb Accessport. So we are heading to TNT Dyno. Now what we're going to be doing today was we're going to be doing a baseline pull, and then I'm going to be sending him the logs, and then we're going to be adjusting, and then we're going to see the power gains every single time. So let's get to the dyno, let's get it strapped down, and let's see how she does. The E50 tune. Alright guys, so we're loading up the first E50 tune. The first dyno for the initial baseline put down, what was the number? 480?
489,562.
489,562. Alright, let's go. Tune. Change ECU map.
Yeah. Correct.
Alright, so let's load the new tune, and then we'll get a poll going on it. Alright, we're ready.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, vámonos.
Alright. Let me make sure it's, once you get it cranked up, I'll turn everything off.
All the way to the end.
Yep.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. All right, we're ready.
Ready?
Yep.
Manual. All right, let's go. Thanks for letting me share this with y'all, man. This is awesome.
No, you're no problem, man.
This is awesome. You guys are teaching me at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Believe it or not.
Hey, it's a learning process for me too.
Like no bullshit, dude.
All right.
Manual.
So he's cutting a new tune now.
Okay.
Did he say it looked okay?
He's checking the logs now, but he said power was the same, so he's adjusting something.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright guys, welcome back. It is a few days after the tuning, and there was a little bit of drama. What is trying a new thing? What is kind of going against the typical grain of any community, right? We've been a part of the Coyote community, with our S550 since the induction of the S550. So we're not used to drama. Drama is just a thing you really can't avoid, especially if you're trying new things. Something comes to the market that a community is not used to or accustomed to. Not saying that the Explorer ST community isn't experienced in modifying cars. There are guys on the forum that do modify other vehicles, whether they have their ST for their wife, whether they own Camaros or other Coyote cars that have superchargers, or have badass drag racing cars too, right? There are certain folks on that forum that do have some expertise and some knowledge on, tuning and everything that comes with tuning. But I would say the majority of the Explorer ST forum are fairly new to how tuning works, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the great thing is there are more options within the Explorer ST community other than just using HP tuners. We've used, I'll go back over here to my, we have used other HP devices. If you guys remember N-Gauges, that was a big thing in the Coyote groups for quite a while before they stopped using N-Gauges and started using RTD devices. And I've got my opinion on RTD devices, but what I'm trying to say is the Cobb Accessport is a very good device, right? I use one in the Explorer, and I use one for my second Fiesta build, which we have a Turbo Technics big turbo waiting to go on for this coming up for track season. But like I'm saying, Cobb Accessports are great, and I think it's a great thing that Cobb actually supports an Explorer ST platform. That honestly means a lot, right? It means that they recognize this platform for being what it is, right? It's a great SUV to tune, to work off of, and to build, right? And I think there's advantages of using Cobb over HP tuners. We did use the RTD device for about a year when we first got. If you go back on my channel, we did use HP tuners and ZFG tuning for approximately a year. Now let's kind of talk about the elephant in the room, right? If you guys were following me on Instagram, I posted a video talking about how we smashed our previous numbers, and basically we were happy. We broke 500. The tuning was like 90% complete when we kind of ran out of time on the dyno. TNT was great. We really didn't want to use more dyno time, even though they would have offered it to us. We were like, okay, we're done. We're happy with the numbers today. So yeah, 505, 575 torque. Really awesome numbers. Now, when I posted the Instagram video, and I didn't mention any names, right? Like, I had no intentions of mentioning any names on any of my posts, any of my videos. But some forum members decided to, I think, reach out to ZFG and basically mention, hey, so-and-so, I've made a post and I mentioned previous tuner, and they jumped onto the thread. Or when I say they, ZFG jumped onto the thread, which is fine. You know, I have a public profile. I've got nothing to hide. Anybody can comment on my stuff. And I wish I got some screenshots, but it was so early in the morning. I woke up Saturday morning with basically ZFG explaining that I didn't give the whole story about our communications. And if you scroll back to the video, I kind of put the bulk of our communication, the whole thing, in this video. But I think there was miscommunication on his part, where he said that we only left 10 to 20 on the table from our original 450 something dyno. That is why we really chose not to continue forward with ZFG. Now, if we go back, and I'm pretty good with mixing ethanol. I've done E30 for quite a long time in the Fiesta platform and my previous Fiesta. Never had a problem with my mixes. If we were a little bit high on the original E50 tune with ZFG when we went to dyno, sure, you know, he said the torque number was there. He said the E content was too high. It's possible we could have gone back if we dialed back the E content, maybe gained another 6, because I think he said it should be around 520, 530. Gaining another 50 to 60 wheel horsepower off of mixing it correctly, if I was that off, who knows? Maybe it could have happened, right? I sold my RTD device, but it's one of those things where you don't really know the difference, and you can't really speak on the difference unless you've experienced both. And I've experienced both ZFG's tunes and Adam Brunson's tunes on this platform, and I will say right now, everyday drivability, power has beaten our previous tune. Now, I don't have drag race times, right? I don't have a clean draggy run. I haven't had a lot of time with it, right? When we're in a platform for multiple years, right? And I'm trying not to become... The thing that I've learned from owning so many different vehicle platforms is that being locked into one thing permanently is not a good thing. You should always try new stuff, especially with a new platform, because sometimes you don't know what you're missing, right? You know, the only thing that I can recommend is definitely do not do canned tunes. I think the Cobb Accessport off-the-shelf map tunes are okay, but I think eventually, because I've driven the off-the-shelf map tunes, and they're okay. But you're missing out if you aren't doing a custom tune, for sure. There are other Cobb tuners out there. If you guys don't want to use TunePlus, there are other ones that are out there. I'm giving you my opinions on using Adam Brunson. So, with that being said, you know, if people are upset that their preferred team, you know, isn't getting posted by somebody on social media, I got nothing to say. I mean, you know, they don't have to look at my content. They don't have to watch my posts. They don't have to go on my stories, right? You know, it's very interesting. And, you know, if you guys are into this video that long, I will say, just from being in the Explorer ST community for this amount of time, has really kind of shown me that the most influential people in the group so far are really locked in the ecosystem they are in, whether they benefit from it monetarily, or that's just what they're used to and they don't want to move away from it. And that's fine, right? Like, it's their vehicle. They do whatever they want with it, right? But I think no matter who you are in the community, whether it's for Explorer STs or Rangers or Fiestas or Mustangs or whatever the case may be, do what makes you happy, but don't shit on people just because they don't like what you like. I think when you're talking about the Explorer ST community, you're only doing a disservice to the growth of that actual community if you don't encourage collaboration, you don't encourage other people doing things in that platform. And I will say this one final thing. One of the big things with ZFG, and I think a lot of people will agree with me offline, is that response times were terrible. We experienced really bad response times with ZFG, and I brought it up with somebody in the community a long time ago that could be detrimental to the future, right? Like, you know, that could be detrimental to the product. And I gave my opinion, moved on, dealt with it. You know, you hear about people that haven't had a tuning update in a month or more without a revision. You know, I'm kind of impatient, right? When you pay $1,000 for something, you don't expect to wait weeks or months for revisions for your product or a tune, right? You know, and that's a big reason why we didn't continue forward with ZFG, because we have fuel system stuff. We have, you know, pure turbos waiting for install. If I have an issue and I'm not on his radar, we could be sitting potentially for weeks, this thing's sitting in the driveway because of a tune problem. So that's something we didn't want. Either way, like I said, use what you use, enjoy what you want to enjoy, but do not shit on other people for making a different choice than yours. Show some maturity. At the end of the day, I don't have any problems with ZFG personally. You know, he's just somebody I paid for working on our vehicle, and it didn't work out. That's just another part of working on cars. Sometimes you don't get a great experience, or you have an okay experience and you move on to something else. It is what it is. It's all part of being a car enthusiast. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them below. Let me know if you guys have any other ideas for videos, whether it is for the Accessport or Explorer ST content. I plan on making a lot more. Sorry for the delay in videos, and I hope to catch you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.